Yeah.
Okay, I have the book that you have, your notebook here with me, a copy of that. I'll read it out.
Yeah.
Uh, Anapanasati saññā,
Yeah.
that is mindfulness of in and out breathing.
Breathe. Mm.
It is one of the most important exercises for concentration, that is
Mm.
jhana.
Yeah.
According to the Ānāpāna Sutta, there are
Yeah.
16 methods of
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah.
Shall I read them out?
Yeah. 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 Please.
Okay. So I'll start. Knowingly he breathes in.
Mm.
Knowingly he breathes out.
Now that is very important. You can do ānāpānasati, just the in and out breath, without knowing that you are doing a in breath and knowing you are having an out breath. So if you know it all the time, then you are aware and mindful of the in breath and you are mindful of the out breath. If you are doing that, it becomes vipassana. If you don't, and if it is knowingly only, it becomes vipassana. If you simply do in and out breath, then it can become samatha and you go into jhana. When you do it knowingly, that means you are stopping and understanding the in breath and out breath, and there is wisdom in that, knowingly in breath, knowingly the out breath. Okay? Then that's the next one.
Next one is knowingly he knows a short in breath.
Hmm.
Knowingly he knows a long in breath.
So, Anapanasati can be understood like that. This is a short in breath, this is a long in breath. So, every time you are aware of the Anapanasati, because you know it's an in breath, but normally you know only in breath, out breath. That becomes samatha and dhyana. But knowingly means you know the short in breath, you know the short out breath. The whole time you are having wisdom and it becomes vipassana. Okay, so knowingly you have to do it, then it becomes vipassana. If you do it just without knowing in and out breath, then it can lead to samatha and jhana. Okay?
Okay. Then knowingly he sees the entire in breath, the
Mm.
beginning, the middle, and the end, and knowingly he sees the entire out breath.
So now knowingly means is analyzing and understanding the nature of the in breath, the nature of the out breath. So he is in wisdom. Okay, again when it is knowingly, it is not samatha, it is vipassana. So the in breath, this ānāpānasati can be practiced as samatha and vipassana both. So samatha you don't analyze, you merely do the in and out breath. But in vipassana you analyze everything. In breath, short in breath, long in breath. What else?
Uh,
Knowing.
so
Mm.
short in
Yeah,
breath, short out breath, long in
yeah,
breath, long out breath, then the
yeah,
entire in breath in
yeah,
and the entire out breath.
yeah. So
Uh,
again you are analyzing and observing the nature of the breath. With,
yes,
whereas in samatha you don't understand or investigate what the breath is. You merely breathe in and out. Here you are investigating and understanding the nature of the breath. Okay?
yes. Then next, knowingly
Mm,
he sees the calming and relaxing of body and breathes
mm.
in and out.
So that also is going towards Nibbana and not going towards Samatha, not going towards Jhana. Because he feels now, every time he stops and feels and understands the nature of the in-breath and out-breath. In jhana, you don't stop and see and investigate the breath. You merely breathe in and out. So here, again, you stop and watch. Now it is very calm. Now it is long. Now it is short. The whole time you are not only breathing but also examining and investigating the breath. Okay?
Okay.
Now, what
Now,
else?
feeling rapture. It means a weak joy. He breathes in and out.
So he feels the rapture, but then again he stops and understands the feeling. So not only the breathing, he has two things to do to understand the states that he is in. Whereas in samatha, you don't analyze and investigate and find the nature of the breath. You merely do in and out breath and end up with jhana. Here it is vipassana, where they investigate and understand the nature of the moment. So as you go higher, you recognize every state, and with awareness you are doing the in and out breath. Okay, awareness of the moment. Then what else?
Then, feeling joy. He breathes in
Hmm?
and out.
You feel
Knowing,
enjoy, knowingly he breathes in and out. Yeah.
knowing karma, sankhara. He breathes in and out.
Knowing Sankara also karma. So now he knows my mind is free from greed, hatred, and ignorance. Now he's contemplating on that also. Now I am in the breath, but he's contemplating. I have no greed, hatred, and ignorance. There is only non-greed, non-hate, and wisdom. That kind of contemplation, of karmic contemplation. Yeah, again, there is contemplation. So, next one.
Next is knowing the mind, that is the thoughts. He breathes in and out.
So, sometimes thoughts come. Then you have to stop the meditation and deal with the thought. Say you are doing ānāpāna and thought comes. Maybe about your job or wife or daughter or something. Then you must stop and think, what is this? This is not ānāpāna I am now mm, I'm now dissipating or I'm not concentrating on ānāpāna. There is a thought. This thought is, say, it's your daughter or something, then say, it is Rupa. And Vedana, Saññā, Saṅkhāra, Viññāna, these are the five aggregates. Throw it out, see it, analyze it, throw it, come back to Anapanasati. So when thoughts come, you have to know how to deal with thoughts and get rid of them once and for all. Okay? Mm.
Next,
Ah.
knowing the bojjhanga. He breathes in and out.
So Bojjhanga is what leads you towards Nibbana. What are the Bojjhangas? Sati Sambojjhanga, Dhammavichaya Sambojjhanga, Viriya, Priti, Passati, Samadhi, Upeksha. So you have to recognize all these states and then only it takes you towards Nibbana. So Sati, you have to say, now I am very mindful, Satipatthana Sati. Dhammavichaya is I stop and analyze and investigate. That is vicharana. Sati Dhamma Virya. I have now I have strength, I have great strength, or I am lazy, or I am indolent, I am sleepy, you have to see. Viriya, sati, dhammavichya, viriya, preeti. Or you are exhilarated and happy that your mind is concentrated and giving you a kind of peace and joy. Now the mind goes without disturbance. It, the in and out breath becomes constant and it becomes and joy arises. Okay, then what is that? What are the five? Uh, Sati, Dhammavichya, Virya, Preeti, Pasadi. Pasadi is also a weak joy, prasadya. So now, now what was the question? I forget.
So, knowing knowing the Bojjanga, he breathes in and out.
So the Bojjhanga means at every point you Bojjhanga is sati, you have mindfulness, sati dhamma vichya, you have analysis and investigation, then virya, you have to understand that you are having effort or you have to understand you are sleepy, sati, dhammavichya, virya, preeti, that you have achieved some state of mind where you have become calm and collected and maybe jhanic or maybe otherwise you are because your mind is now without any defilements and then you are going towards nibbana, then also you get preeti passaddhi. So Sati, Dhammavichya, Virya, Preeti, Passaddhi, Samadhi. Samadhi is when the mind doesn't go out, is fixed in Samadhi. The focus, well focused. Now it doesn't go here and there. You don't think of the past or the future. Samadhi and then upekha. Then you become equanimous. And that equanimous mind is a purified mind where insights such as Sotapatti, Sakadagami, Anagami, Arihat, those insights come only to that relaxed, peaceful, and that mind that is equanimous. So, uh, all those stages are important. Now, can you enumerate the stages?
Yes, so there's
Yeah.
more. After the knowingly you knowing the Bojjanga, he
Yeah.
breathes in and out. Then it is seeing the thoughts disappear. He breathes in and out.
Yeah, so you have to observe the bojjhanga. Then you come into upekka. When you come into equanimity, the thoughts disappear. So you see that also. Now no thoughts are there. My mind is fixed and focused. So you have to see that also. Okay, what else?
Then seeing the thoughts and breath disappear in
Yeah,
tranquility. That is samatha, is it?
in tranquility.
Yes.
So sometimes they don't. The thoughts and breath disappear. It can be a moment of upekka or moment of insight also. In samatha, it is a jhanic state where the mind is not investigated. Here the mind is investigating. And this tranquility you get is a moment where you can get insight into the sotapatti like that, maggapala. So this investigation is important for maggapala. If you don't investigate, then it becomes in and out breathing and going towards samatha and jhana. Okay.
Right. Then he sees breath in himself and in others.
So now he stops and sees there are animals going. You can see the cat also breathing. You can see the dog also breathing. Then you can see people also breathing. Now he's investigating the breathing of all living beings. So not only himself, but he sees the breathing of others also. So how it becomes a universal thing, and he's now analyzing, it's a scientific investigation of seeing your own breath and seeing the breath of others and understanding that the breath is such an important thing. The oxygen, the carbon dioxide, that life is a life-giving force. All those things can be investigated in yourself and in others. Then you become equal to others. You are also in breathing, they are also breathing. So what? Is not high or low. All of us depend on breathing. So it becomes a common factor. Nobody is high, nobody is low. They are all having in breath and out breath, in breath and out breath. Till they die, they have that. So there is no case of thinking I am bigger or smaller or anything. This is a common thing for all living beings. Okay,
Okay. Then
even the
he sees,
animals.
sorry,
Hmm.
then he sees the impermanence arising and passing away of breath. In breath
So,
is impermanent
yeah,
because of the out breath, and out breath is impermanent because of the in breath.
okay, you are given the answer. Okay,
Ah, it's
well,
here in the book. Sorry.
okay, okay, okay.
Can you
Impermanence,
elaborate, please?
seeing impermanence. Okay, so you can see it is not only in breath, there is out breath. Again, it's an in breath. So, impermanence of the in breath and impermanence of the out breath. Okay, again, yeah. Uh,
Right.
what,
Next
what,
is next reflecting on detachment, viraga. He breathes
viraga.
in and out. Yes.
Uh, so now, when he has observed to that point, he is now with wisdom. And then he thinks this breath is common to everybody. And you are a life giving thing, and wisdom dawns on him that all living beings have this in and out breath. The moment it is not there, you die. And then you investigate how you die, and you investigate how you are born again, back to breathing. So the breathing is the thing that keeps life going on. You die when there is no breathing, and again you get born because there is breathing. So this breath is a thing which we must investigate. If there is no breathing, you die. So, so it is only the arahant who is not born again. All the others, they stop breathing here, then they start breathing somewhere else in a new rebirth. So the breathing stops, the body stops, everything stops only in the arahant. That is what the Buddha discovered. This breathing will never stop until you become arahant. This body will never stop. You will get a body, better or worse, life after life. You can't get rid of the body. That's what the Buddha found out. You stop breathing, you stop getting a body, and that is the end of samsara. No more rebirth, no more breathing, no more body. This body is the thing that gives us all the pain and suffering. This body is the thing that gives us feelings. This body is the thing that makes us angry and hatred, this mind and body. So long as you have a mind and body, you are in pain and suffering. It is only the death of the Arahant that is free from pain and suffering. While in his life, of course, he is free from his mental pain and suffering, but his bodily pain and suffering is still there till the Arahant dies. Then, when he dies, he has no more bodily or mental feelings and no more rebirth. So long as you have rebirth, there is bodily and mental pain and suffering. That's what the Buddha discovered. Isn't that marvelous?
It's wonderful, Bhikkhuni. There are two more things there.
Yeah?
Reflecting on extinction, Nirodha, he breathes in and out, and reflecting on abandonment, Patinisagga, he
Yeah.
breathes in and
At
out.
sometimes, at the final stages, the breath disappears, and then he understands with wisdom. What is that? What are the two words? Hmm. Patinisagga is giving up.
Yes.
Just yeah,
And abandonment,
about
Patinisagga,
yeah,
Nirodha, extinction,
yeah,
and finally
extinction,
Nibbana, liberation.
nibbana. Sometimes extinction in the sense, sometimes the breath disappears, and somehow there is a moment which is a complete, what can I say, silence, or uh, that's the moment of insight. So those are the things they are referring to. What are the words they use? Mm. Patinisaka and the other one? Uh,
Uh, Nirodha,
Nirodha.
Patinisagga, and
Nirodha is to the disappearing. Niruddha වෙනවා කියන්නේ disappearing of the breath. What else? And
Patinisagga,
Patinisagga could mean that
abandonment.
once uh, you have reached that point, you realize I have no more greed, hatred, and ignorance. I have given up all defilements. That, of course, comes maybe to the final Arahant and maybe to the Sotapatyan people mm, in lesser degrees. And then you suddenly realize I have no more defilements. I have given up all defilements. There is no anger, no pride, no fear, no jealousy, no me, I, and mine. And all the defilement disappear in that one moment of insight. That is called Sotapatti, Sakradagami, Anagami, Arahat. In the Arahat, the final stage, he understands that there is not a single defilement in his mind. Then he will, for a week or month, or go on testing his mind. Do I have pride? Do I have anger and hatred? Do I have fear? Then he will know for sure after investigating. Definitely, I am an arahant. I have no more anger. I have no more fear, pride. I have no more rebirth. All those things he understands after he achieves that moment of insight. It is a marvelous thing, unbelievable thing. So even at Sotapatti, Sakadagami, Anagami, Arihat, you get these moments of insight. Even at Sotapatti, you feel you are rid of the first three fetters. Then finally you understand that all 10 fetters are broken. You have no more rebirth. That also they understand at the moment of insight. Or and later, after investigating and probing and also testing and they experimenting and finding that there is no more pride in me, No more anger, no more fear, no more greed. All those things they investigate and find. Then only they know they are fully enlightened arahant, that under any circumstance they will never get angry, they will never have any fear or doubt or attachment or anything.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you,
Yeah,
Dakshini Master. Shall we
okay.
wind up for today then?
Yeah, then we share the merit with the divine beings. Akasatta Chabumata Devanaga Maitika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakantu Lokasasanang.